All right, last question. 3 pieces of advice to entrepreneurs. What are your 3 pieces? I'm an entrepreneur, so you can share them with me.
Okay.
How would you advise me?
Well, first of all, I really need to give some thought to like, how can I provide advice that would be most helpful? And I'm not sure I've given enough thought to that to give you the best possible answer. But I think certainly being focused on something that you're confident will have high value to someone else, and just being really rigorous in making that assessment, because people tend to, a natural human tendency is wishful thinking. So a challenge for entrepreneurs is to say, well, what's the difference between really believing in your ideals and sticking to them versus pursuing some unrealistic dream that doesn't actually have merit? And that is a really difficult thing to tell. Can you tell the difference between those two things?
Right.
You know? So you need to be sort of very rigorous in your self-analysis. I think certainly extremely tenacious, and then just work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in, 80 to 100-hour weeks every week.
Gosh,
And
that's
then
a lot of work.
All those things improve the odds of success.
Okay.
I mean, if other people are putting in 40-hour work weeks and you're putting in 100-hour work weeks, then even if you're doing the same thing, you know that in 1 year you will achieve what they achieve. You will achieve in 4 months what it takes them a year to achieve.
Teammates ever tease you?
All the time.
What do they say?
All the time. So you still living with your mama, you're a mama's boy, and this, that, and the other. I'm saying, oh, that's cool, I don't care.
No time for girlfriends?
No time, because I'm so busy running around, playing basketball.
You have that hunger to win?
I want to be the best player that I can become, and I would do anything to accomplish that.
What do you mean you'll do anything?
Like, I'll go out and I'll play basketball from 6 a.m. till 12. There were times growing up where I was exhausted at times, but I would push myself.
To be the best.
To be the best.
I feel like a good example of this is when people talk about hitting rock bottom. Right? When you get to a point where you really can look at yourself objectively and think like, oh, shit, what have I been doing? Like that's a state, that's a mental state where you are very prone and you have a very high potential to be able to say, okay, I can't do this anymore. I got to change something. And I'm not saying you have to be a crazy hard on yourself, or hard on. You don't have to be a crazy hard ass on yourself, but I think that people who can really take control of their habits and daily routines, they're not just people who have crazy internal discipline or whatever else. I guess that's probably true, but it's not just that kind of person. I feel like most of the best doers that I ever see, and that when I hear them talk about stuff, I really listen. It kind of perks up my mind, are people who have a firm and relatively objective grasp on reality.